Okay, welcome Saagar to our new installment recording of our partnership series here at Monday CRM. Let's just start with a simple introduction. Who are you? What do you do? Where do you work?
Sure. Thanks, Danny, for having me. So my name is Saagar Vashisht. I work with Provident CRM as the head of delivery. Provident CRM is a leading CRM consultation and integration partner based in UK and Ireland. We specialize in empowering organizations through smarter use of CRM and automation platforms.
Very cool. So I've spoken with a bunch of other partners over the past couple of months, and each of them, although they're all kind of agnostic towards solutions, a lot of them still have some sort of a specialty in terms of an industry specific that they kind of lean maybe more heavily into. Do you have anything like that at Provident?
Well, see, Provident has been in the CRM business for over 20 years or something, so we do have a strong focus on certain industries like healthcare, financial services, public sectors. We're really very strong in public sectors as well, but we do a lot of non-profit as well. Okay, so we have a strong focus in these areas. But having said that, we have a vast CRM experience, especially in manufacturing, tendering processes, automation of certain tasks. Uh, so yeah, we have a lot of experience in all of these sectors.
Got it. Any reason why, obviously, like when you think of when I asked you a question, the first thing came to mind, you said healthcare, you said nonprofits. Any particular reason why these came to mind first? Maybe there's more, or like,
Yeah, because I think even manufacturing for that case, because we've historically done a lot of implementation in these sectors, and we like to say we specialize in these sectors. But like I said, uh, overall, the CRM, we have a very strong understanding of processes and how to customize CRM. And that's why, yeah, these sectors I said.
got it. Yeah, again, from other conversation, it feels like it's snowballing a little bit. Like when you enter a certain industry, customers, if they're happy, obviously, they kind of spread the words to other people in their own industry, and suddenly you become specialized in healthcare or specialized in, after.
Yeah, that's one of the major reasons as well. It's a good point that you highlighted. We do get in a lot of references within the industry. We also get a lot of charity references as well. So non-for-profit, not-for-profit references. Manufacturing, we've done lots of business. So I think we're very, very famous in that sector as well.
Got it. So that kind of leads me to the next question to why these, from all industries, but companies choose you guys. Is there anything that you kind of bring to the table that's maybe specialized or different than others?
Yeah, I think, clients would choose us because we have an in-depth understanding of the CRM and we have a lot of years of experience in the CRM. We also tend to, when we go into discovery sessions, we try to put the process first. So we have that mindset where we just don't implement a software. We try to solve a business problem. So we try to get to the challenges of the business and they understand that we are going into them to really help them understand and solve a problem rather than just implement a system. Also, I think our track record of successful delivery with complex projects, especially integrations and migrations from one tool to another, it really helps us. And I think these are the few points that I think our ongoing support is very good. We don't vanish after we go live, so we get feedback. We get a good feedback and repeat business a lot.
Got it. That's sounds great. Um, so obviously, I'm talking here from the Monday CRM hat. Uh, when customers come to you, why do they choose Monday? What's the specific kind of things that draws
Yeah,
them to Monday specifically?
yeah. So the first thing is we put in a lot of effort, and that's why they love Monday as well. No, but I think Monday is a very, very intuitive and visually driven system. It's very, very easy to use. It's flexible. It doesn't have any chaos. It doesn't have any baggage of managing multiple database systems and here and there and doing all of that jazz, but it's a very flexible and no chaos system. It's a single workspace, Danny, for clients who are looking to do collaboration in sales, in project management, in service. It's a single tool that they need to use, so it saves their tool stack. It's a shorter tool stack, and it's also very fast to implement, and the delivery timelines are very, very quick. So I think these are the few key points that I think clients choose Monday CRM, and Monday CRM is really powerful in these areas.
Very cool. Do you see, I guess a lot of times when if a process is long, then someone like you is needed more, perhaps, no? Uh, when if it's simple and intuitive, then it makes your life easier as well.
Well, it does, but then there are certain things that Monday can do, and it really helps the client. Like the views in Monday are better than any other CRM that I think is available in the market.
Hmm.
So it really helps the client. Like I said, it's very intuitive. Obviously, sometimes you get a very complex build, but leaving aside that, if you talk overall, I think it's very fast to implement and it's very chaos free.
Cool. So if you think of kind of like different customers over the years that you worked on, is there like a moment that pops into your head that you're like, ah, this was a cool project or an interesting moment that comes to mind?
Yeah, so there was this client they were working for, and they were juggling between three different systems uh, for certain contact management and certain financial tracking management, certain volunteer management tracking. So they were using three different systems for doing all of that. And when we came in, we implemented Monday CRM and WorkOS, and it was seamless. It was really nice to see how these guys are collaborating everything in one system. The admin time decreased, and it was brilliant. It was an rewarding moment for us.
That's very cool. I keep hearing these stories and it's always something different because the tool is so flexible, you can pretty much it's implemented in so many different and various ways. Is there like a feature that you particularly like or kind of go to? Um,
Yeah. So I think the automation center of Monday is really very good, very, very powerful. The automation engine then has multiple capabilities to trigger custom workflows based on status changes, time-based conditions, external integrations, sending webhooks. It is very seamless to integrate an automation with a third-party tool as well. So I think it takes the main busy work out of sales. So automated status changes and stuff like that. So I think the automation engine of Monday CRM is brilliant.
nice. So if you think more broadly about the customers that come in, what is kind of the most obvious or popular use case that they come for you to help them with?
It's generally in the sales CRM, it's generally pipeline management. Or service tracking, or it's like order tracking. So we get a lot of requests for tender management, or you can say pipeline management or procurement process. So I think that whole ops board is really famous for us to deliver, along with the capabilities of automatically converting leads into contacts and accounts. It's really the cherry on the cake.
Got it. So basically the interaction between the different stages and the different
Yes.
departments along the way.
Yeah, and I think not only that, but also linking that up with procurement. The whole ops board can be linked with multiple other features that a basically manufacturing unit might be doing. Because you look at manufacturing units, not only a tendering process, but during the tender or the op process, you also want to look at the inventory that you currently have, or you need to procure specifically for this, what resources you have, what is the account that you're working for, and stuff like that. So I think that is a very famous use case that we generally implement.
Got it. So that kind of leads me to the next question of a lot of times when in general people talk about sales and you talk about calls and tips for cold calling or how to sell better, but I'm obviously a big believer that the bureaucratic side of it, the process side of it is at least 50% of the game. So when you see all these systems implemented with customers, what is something that people don't do? What's the opposite of a go-to that you would say stop doing that in your CRM?
So, like I said, that automation is really, really helpful. It's really great. It can do a lot of things. But, sometimes I find customers, they even want to automate a low value task, which I think removes a lot of control. So I would say don't, automations are good, process flows, you need them. It is very, very important. But low value tasks should be done. It is good to go in, read, learn about it, and then talk to a client rather than just go on a call and go unprepared. So if you're using the system with low value tasks, doing those low value tasks, you're actually using the system. It improves your visibility and understanding as well.
So okay, so you're saying and the purpose is what? To not super clutter the system with too many automations and relying on stuff that maybe someone
Yeah.
just put the wrong data and then because you didn't do the manual work.
Yeah, exactly. Automations are a set of triggers based on certain actions that you have to put in, right? So if you're not doing those actions in and you want everything automated, then it becomes a very cluttered system. It might even trigger the wrong workflow. So you need to be careful. Also, sometimes I've seen that training is not done correctly to use the system correctly, and then the blame comes on the system. So the training is another very important part to attend the training sessions. The people don't generally do. They just pick up a coffee and just come and say, this is another training session. But listen, guys, we want to do this for you. We want to make it easy for you. So please try and attend those training sessions as well.
Yeah, it's not a replacement at the end of the day for getting better or doing the work properly. It's at the end of the day, it's another tool to streamline the work, not a
Exactly.
replacement for you to do stuff on your own.
Correct.
Yeah, I like that. Is there like a hack or like a cool maybe combination of features or something that you implemented before or figured out over the years that you're kind of proud of it?
Yeah, so I think what we're really proud of, and even my team, we ensure we do this for every client, okay, is that we create a custom view for every type of user. Okay, so if it is a sales user, if it's an agent user, or if it's an key account manager, they all have different fields, they all have different values that they need to look at. So we want to put in the best. So for them, when they log into the system, they're only seeing the information that's relevant for them. So I think using views with filters is something that really improves the implementation and makes the user adoption even more.
Yeah, and that's something that historically couldn't really have been done with kind of old school systems when everybody's looking at the same dashboard and are operating on the same with the same field.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think Monday gives the power to change things around really quick. You can have user-wise customization, so it doesn't need to be per user role, but it could also be per user. So we train them on that as well, and they really, really like this feature of using a custom view. So we want to implement this for everyone, even if they don't ask for it. We ensure we do it because they get more user adoption that way. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, but then just to kind of challenge you a bit on it, how do you make sure that if two users aren't looking at the same data or they look at it differently, let's say, then how do we make sure that certain information isn't, slipped through the cracks or between, like you said before, that you implement the popular solution is to implement a more cohesive understanding of the whole pipeline. But then if people are looking at it differently, how do these two things work together?
well, there's always dashboards and reports that we put together for them. So on a contact level, if I'm a key account manager and if you're a salesperson, we're working on the same contact, but I will look at the contact very differently from how you will look at the contract. So we want to put those views together, not that we are going to miss out some information. There's going to be common information. There's going to be common columns that you want to see.
Hmm.
But again, the reports then reflect that. So we also have a custom view to build a chart for people on just on a contact level, not on a dashboard, but also how much that contact has given us in terms of business, how much that contact can give us, where that contact is currently working, where he was previously working. So all of that information and stats that we are able to give with these custom views, I think is what helps.
Cool. So thinking a bit more broadly, we're talking CRM, we're talking sales. Um, do you have kind of a hot take on generally like sales in our industry? Or I guess our industries, you work on all the industries, but in general, like a sales, um, something that maybe bothers you, or you say this is, the future, whatever comes to mind as a hot sales take.
Yeah, I think it's the usage of the team and the adoption rates that trumps any complexity or any fancy features. You could have so many fancy features which are meaningless if the system is clunky, if it's not simple, if the engagement is underrated, and so adoption is what is the most important thing, and the user adoption for Monday is massive. Like I said, it's not even if we don't do the views, the adoption of the users for Monday, usability of that is really, really right. So I think the adoption is what I would go for.
Do you have a way to increase adoption if you come into a new client and they're just not filling out the forms, they're not just not using it, and then how do you approach that?
Yeah, we have. So we do after every implementation, we do this document for change and usability that we provide to clients. We also do a lot of videos that we give clients on what we built and why it is important for them. So they can, some people like to read, some people like to watch videos. So a 30-second video on how to do it really helps them. And then once they start using it, it's just 2 weeks within using the system and they're really loving it.
Nice. Um, is there maybe a situation that you remember that you were like, this is the craziest like setup that either you saw already and you had to fix or change, or maybe something that you implemented that was just really complicated that comes to mind?
Yeah, so once we came across a client who had over 200 interconnected boards and syncing custom fields back and forth to simulate multi-object relationships. So it was technically brilliant, but also we helped them to coordinate and introduce structures. They now manage more than half of the complexities using Monday. So it was a crazy build, that one. But we were able to use Monday to really set things up nicely.
Nice. Yeah, it's funny how like at some point you can be so smart about it, but simplicity is part of the genius, right? Like
Correct. Yeah. Um,
especially when we talked about implementation, if I'm guessing it's hard to get someone on board and to use it when this you built some insane monstrosity of pipelines
yeah.
and structures and
Yeah. Sometimes we like to keep, like I said, the magic of Monday is you could build a simple system, okay? But sometimes you come across a complex use case and a client who wants a complex use case. And that's where the build goes really crazy and you really want to get into it. And even though you're doing such a crazy build, like imagine to build a price list or a price calculator in Monday, which is connecting 20 boards just to calculate one price. Why? So that the user then, when he goes and logs in, with one click, he gets that one price. He doesn't know that there are 20 boards doing it. Do you know
yeah,
what I mean? So that's the fun of it. Although the complexity on building it might be very interconnected and complex, but when the user starts using it, it's really simple for them to use.
yeah, 100%. So we're kind of approaching the end here. I have just two more questions to you. The first one is a new client comes in. I'm guessing the first thing you need to do is to audit what they're already doing today. How do you approach it? What are the first things you're looking at?
Oh, we do. like our sales, I join the sales team as well for calls, and we try to assess what are the challenges in the current setup. So we try to show them the current setup. We see the current setup, maybe any system. Okay, so we look at what objects are majorly causing the challenges and how we could simplify those objects when we implement them in Monday. So I think that's the most important thing is the discovery of understanding what is the challenge. I know they sometimes clients come up and say they give you a list of 50 challenges that they're facing, of which only 10 are challenges. Do you know what I mean? So unless and until you go and ask them the right question and understand that is it actually a challenge? So it is up to us to qualify. Is it a challenge or is it just a UI feature that when they come to Monday, it's going to be resolved itself? Do you know what I mean? So um, yeah, I think understanding those challenges, really digging deep into them is what helps us.
Amazing. Last question is you came in, a customer came in, you audited, you start working, there's a system, there's everything. How do you measure your own success at the end of the day? Especially considering that that's that's the whole point is to implement to improve, sorry. The process, how do you measure it?
First and the most important thing, like I've always been saying throughout this chat that we had, is adoption rate. How many people are using it and how often are they using it? Okay, that's the main success matrix for us. Also, how much time have we saved them? Okay, in processes. That's another matrix that we look at. Um, what is the visibility, especially in CRM? What is the pipeline visibility? What are the kind of reports they're able to pull out? If they were pulling out 5 reports, now are they pulling out 10 reports? And is that report giving them good BI information? That's another matrix that we look at. Also, we also look at a matrix where we say reduction of manual tasks. Okay, I know I've said we need to have manual tasks, but sometimes we see with old and clunky systems, they have too many manual tasks, especially people coming in just from Excel. They're doing a lot of work and how much time you've saved. So I think these are the few matrices that we look at to measure success.
Amazing, Saagar. Thank you so much. Really cool insights and I love hearing the different use cases you're working on. Thank you so much for your time and
Thank you so much, Danny. It was a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having
pleasure
me.
is mine. Thank you.